ready?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Adcox, start us off.
Well, what are you preparing for in terms of the hurricane? Do you expect to open up EMD?
Yeah, well, we already have people there at the Emergency Management Division, and the whole group will be assembling tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. We had a conference call just a little while ago and got the update on the storm. And I want to remind you, a tropical storm is 39 to 73 miles an hour, and then when it gets to 74 miles an hour, that's when it becomes a hurricane. So we're a long way from that as far as our forecast goes. But we've seen a lot of these, of course, over the years, and we are thoroughly prepared as usual. I issued the executive order earlier today declaring a state of emergency out of an abundance of caution, because that state of emergency declaration allows all of our agencies to move more quickly, to move people and equipment, and to remove restrictions if necessary that slow things down. So we did that earlier today, and the Emergency Management Division will be coordinating with all the relevant state agencies to be prepared to respond to any requests for state assistance from local officials, county officials, anyone. And of course, we are expecting, at the very least, high winds and high water. So we have to be prepared. But to answer the question, I do not anticipate issuing any evacuation orders. I do not anticipate closing any state agencies or facilities. That is, we don't think it's going to be necessary to do that. Of course, the school activities, what they do there will be up to the local school districts. I want to remind everyone, as we do every time we have one of these storms or hurricanes, is go to the official sources for your information. Don't rely on social media. Very often it's incorrect. Remember that we can expect high winds, heavy rain, flash flooding due to storm surge, and even possibly tornadoes. But we'll have plenty of opportunities to keep everyone up to date. There are a couple of places you can go for information. Official sources. One is hurricane.sc, and there's another scemd.org. That is where you can get the latest information. And I remind everybody of a number of things. Please get your prescriptions, your papers, your pets ready to move. Expect to be out of power, because these winds knock down limbs, and that knocks down power lines. But all of the power companies, everyone is ready to respond very quickly. If we hear of any tornadoes, if we think that they're coming, we'll be sure to alert everyone about that. And of course, you know what to do there is get in the interior of your house. If you have a basement or a safe place, go there. Do not try to play with the tornado. Don't try to outrun it. And please do not drive into any water. We've had tragedies over the years of people going into water that was deeper than it looked, and the car stalled, and then the rain proceeded on and washed vehicles into even deeper water. We've had people drown in vehicles that were stuck in the water. So please be very careful about water. And again, wait on your official sources. Go to official sources. Yes, sir, Joe.
Governor, where do you expect the most activity here?
It'll be on the coast. It looks like it'll be on the coast in the low country, but we're going to have, I think that they're right now forecasting heavy rain and winds all over the state. But it'll be, of course, mainly on the coast. That's where, of course, the surge and the high water and places in the low country, notably Charleston, Beaufort.
How about emergency shelters? Any plans to open?
They're none open now, but we are prepared to open some, fully prepared to do that in wherever they're needed.
Have local agencies been asking for additional resources yet?
No one has asked yet, but at the Emergency Management Division, they've been in contact with everyone. and they'll be fully staffed out there tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and will stay until it's over.
FEMA has said for the last 2 days that it's obviously been focusing on Florida, but has been coordinating with South Carolina and Georgia. Have you had any conversations with the folks at the federal level?
Yes, ma'am. With the administrator yesterday afternoon, she called to offer whatever help was necessary, and we thanked her and told her we would stay in contact.
Our electric agency, are they pre-positioning?
They are indeed. They've already begun doing that. I mean, this is, you don't want to say routine, but we've done it so many times. I think we get better and better as we go along, and this team is fully prepared. We've SLED has been in touch with all the sheriffs. We've been in touch with all the power companies, the Office of Regulatory Staff. We're moving people and equipment already to get them positioned. And if it gets better, that's good. If it gets worse, gets stronger, we're prepared to go all in.
We did a story yesterday from CIV, our sister station, about concern about beach erosion in Charleston already from Ian. Are you concerned about additional erosion?
Sure. Well, this kind of weather, of course, causes erosion, and that's one of the things that will be happening. The stronger the winds, the stronger the tides. The time the storm gets here is very important. If it's at high tide, that's one thing. If it's at low tide, then that's another, because there's a big difference. But this will add, I think they're saying, probably 2 feet or so to the storm surge. So if it hits at high tide and it hits with strong winds, then that'll be more of an event in the low country than it would otherwise be. But you can have high winds all the way up to Pickens and Greenville and up on the border. And that's where your power lines can very easily get knocked down, but also they can get put back up very quickly, because all the power companies as well as the co-ops, they're ready.
Is there any prediction on timing of the storm, if it's going to be high tide or low tide?
I think that's, we don't know for sure, but it'll be sometime tomorrow evening or till tomorrow morning, the next day, Thursday morning. But it depends on what course it takes.
Recognizing that you're not saying the E word in terms of evacuation, do you suggest people in downtown Charleston on first levels or anything like that to go ahead and get out?
I ask everybody just to use their common sense. I think we've all been through these before, and my advice would be to stick to the official sources. Keep yourself aware of what the latest information is, and then proceed accordingly.
When you hear about hurricanes or the threat of severe weather, they normally tend to go to the stores and overstock. So what's your message to people who keep doing that?
I'd say just use common sense. Of course, with this declaration of emergency, which again is just out of an abundance of caution in order to remove whatever rules would limit swift and prompt action of movement of people, is also the price gouging statute is in effect. But the way it looks so far, we're hoping that we're not going to have an event that's that strong. But again, these things, as you know, can either get stronger or get weaker very quickly.
Will you be doing an update tomorrow from the EMD?
That's right. Okey doke.
Anything off topic, guys? Right. We just had the fiscal accountability meeting, so it was quite short, but can you just talk about that?
Well, we have those on a regular basis. As you know, things have to go through the Joint Bond Review Committee and then have to come here. That's to be sure that we're spending the money in the right way, to have eyes on every dime that's spent. This one went very, very quickly today. We had 2 of the members were on video, were not here, but just a lot of work goes into preparing for those meetings, selecting bond counsel, spending money on buildings and parking lots and things all over the state. It was a very smooth meeting, and I think everybody appreciated it.
Recently, in some other states, we've seen districts issue school closures or switching virtual learning, mask mandates. I think last week in Richland County, there was a football game canceled because so many students were out with COVID. Any guidance or word to districts on what?
I'd ask everybody to use common sense, but just use common sense. We've been through this one time before, but I will tell folks that we are not going to issue any mandates of any kind on anyone. We've gone through this before. I don't know what the federal government is going to do or going to say, but we're not going to have mandates here.
UNC and USC kick off on Saturday. You got a score prediction for us?
South Carolina wins. Peggy and I are going to be up there, and we're looking forward to it very much. And I hope Governor Cooper will be there. We've known each other, been friends for a long time, and I hope he'll be there together. Maybe we can arm wrestle or something and get it off to a good
I was
start.
going to ask if there was a friendly wager this game.
Say what?
I was about to ask, was there a friendly wager between?
Not yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to the man, but
What would you wager if you did have a wager?
I would wager 2 reporters against whatever he can put up.
Thank you, Governor.
I was thinking of these 2 up here, Skip.
Anything else, guys?
Anything else?
All good?
Thank you.